Hello and welcome to Roll for Recipe, the series where the dice are the head chef. I'll roll for ingredients and then make a dish with them. Let's go! Starting off with a D12 for restriction. And that's a 9 take on a classic. And now a D10 for which classic we gotta cook. And that's a 1 for hamburger, so that's gonna lock in hamburger bun as the carb option. Alright, I finally got the protein table updated, added a couple of chaotic options in there, so should be more fun now. Let's see what we roll. And that's a 12 for lobster meat. All right, can't think of a time I've ever had a lobster burger, but sounds good. Since hamburger bun is the default carb, we're gonna skip to our D20 seasoning roll. And that's an 8 for barbecue rub. That should go interesting with lobster. And 2 D20 for produce. That's a 4 for iceberg and a 9 for celery. Pretty neutral produce for a sandwich. And last but not least, a D100 wild magic roll. And that's a 51 for hoisin sauce. That should go pretty nicely with the barbecue rub. So the special on the menu today is a hamburger using lobster meat, barbecue rub, iceberg lettuce, celery, and hoisin sauce. Let's get cooking. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use that hoisin sauce to make a barbecue sauce. We're gonna add in some rice vinegar, soy sauce, ketchup, and of course our barbecue rub from Comic Spices. While that cools down, we're going to prep all of our other ingredients. First, we're gonna cut up the iceberg lettuce and the celery to make a slaw to go on top of the burger. We're also gonna mix in some scallion strips, and we're also gonna chop up some smaller pieces of celery and scallion to add into the actual burger mix. Now, here's the big technical error that I made. I actually made this burger mix way too wet, and I thought it would hold up in the pan after I had coated it in some breadcrumbs, but it kind of just fell apart once it was all cooked together, and it still was kind of wet inside. So I think I just needed to add more breadcrumbs into the batter. Should be a pretty easy fix if I want to revisit this one later. As I've said before, I'm perfectly okay showing mistakes in this series. Just means I get to go back and fix them later. Well, first real technical error of the series, I would say. Gonna do my best to eat it, so bon appetit. So the flavors are all actually pretty good. Obviously I'm gonna dock points just because it's technically pretty under. But yeah, all the flavors are pretty on point here. The barbecue's coming through less than I expected, which is weird because the sauce was actually pretty strong thanks to that hoisin. Thankfully, pretty much everything's been cooked in here except the egg, but I mean, it should be fine. All right guys, I'm gonna give this one a 5 out of 10 even, and I'm gonna call it the Sloppy Sailor Burger. Honestly, I do wanna try this one again because I feel like it definitely needs a good shot at redemption here. It was my own technical error that failed. So I think I'm gonna try it this weekend and see what happens. All right guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and follow, and I'll see you next time.